Hello, everybody, and today is the first episode of my new show called This Week in Sports. So without further ado, let's get into this video. First up on our agenda is the Rose Bowl. It's the game everybody's been talking about, and we're still talking about it. This game was literally off the charts. We're talking about 101 combined points in this game. It was unbelievable. You talk about a highlight reel. Well, you might as well just watch the whole game because every play was pretty much like a highlight reel. People are saying it's maybe the best game in college football history. People are just talking about it, and I am as well. The thing that stood out to me about this game was freshman quarterback for USC, Sam Darnold. Like I said, he's a freshman, and he literally set a Rose Bowl record in this game, 453 yards passing and 5 TDs. I wanted you guys to see this clip that I have of this pass that he threw to win the game, or basically to tie the game. Anyway, it's just off the charts. Joe Montana ball, unbelievable. So check out this quick highlight. Isn't that something? Can't even believe that pass. Anyway, I think we better watch out for USC in the future. Interesting fact, USC came out this season, lost 2 of their first 3 games before they put this guy in, and then they basically ran the table. Better look out for these guys, potential national championship maybe in the next couple of years with this guy at the helm. Unbelievable. Can't say enough about this guy. Keep an eye on him. Okay, now our second order of business, obviously the national championship game. Hats off to Clemson for winning the title. Somebody brought down the Tide finally. Can't even believe it. Unbelievable. Thing that stood out to me in this game was probably the play of Deshaun Watson. I mean, what more could I say? The guy plays with the heart of a champion. Put his career on the line many, many times. Some of the hits he took in this game to get the job done. At one point, a helicopter hit reminded me of John Elway, made it for a first down. Then a head first dive at the pylon, put his team on the goal line. Another play that just absolutely stood out to me. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Clemson and Deshaun Watson. Look forward to seeing you in the NFL. Maybe Denver can somehow finagle the Browns out of getting him and maybe throw a couple of terrible offensive linemen to the Browns and maybe get Deshaun Watson. That'd be a dream come true. Anyway, also another person that stood out to me in this game was their coach, Coach Sweeney. What a class act, stand-up Christian. Wanted to show you guys another clip. Here, and it's the coach is speaking after the game. I really like this. Want to show this real quick.
In this game before, but how would you describe what it's like to win it?
It's indescribable. I mean, you can't make it up, man. I mean, this is only God can do this. Take a guy like me from Pelham. Go to Alabama, win a national championship, come to Clemson, and have a chance to win a national championship against the best team in the country up until the last second of this game, and to see my guys fight and just believe. I told them tonight, that the difference in the game was going to be love. It's been my word all year has been love, and I said tonight, we're going to win it because we love each other. We're going to love each other. I don't know how we're going to win it. I told them at the halftime, guys, we're going to win the game. I don't know how. but we're going to win it. And man, I'm just so thankful and blessed, and it just doesn't even seem real to me. I'm thankful to the good Lord, all our players. It's been an unbelievable 8 years, and this is for all of our teams because they're all a part of this. They all get a piece of this trophy. Our staff, but just the heart of these guys. Maybe now everybody will understand when I tell them Deshaun Watson's the best player in the country. He showed it again tonight on the biggest stage. But 8 years ago, my goal was to put Clemson back on the top. And tonight, that's a reality.
Okay, next up on our show, we're going to be talking about what's coming up on Jet and Kinetics later in the week. During the week, we've got a couple of random NBA games and NHL games that I'll be bringing you down to the wire coverage on. And then coming up on the weekend, we've got an incredible weekend of sports. Obviously, we've got the NFL playoffs first and foremost. The two games that I'm most interested in is going to be Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers, and then, of course, the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Chiefs game, this is going to be epic. On one side of the coin, we've got Pittsburgh Steelers. Experience, greatness, Super Bowl wins, many of them. Playoff experience, you can't get any better than that. You got Big Ben at quarterback. I can't help but put Big Ben in the category of elite quarterbacks. We're talking Aaron Rodgers style, Matt Ryan, Big Ben. Those, to me, are your three elite quarterbacks. I mean, you can tell when you've got one of these guys on the field at the end of the game, just march down the field, 1, 2, 3 passes, down the field, right on the goal line. You can tell when you got one of these guys in the game, and Pittsburgh does. On the other side of the coin, Kansas City Chiefs. In my mind, is and always has been the toughest team in football. And they're playing at Arrowhead Stadium. You just don't walk into Arrowhead and walk out with a W. It's not going to happen. Got Spencer Ware, one of the best O-lines in football. You've got Alex Smith at quarterback. You don't put him in the category of elite quarterbacks, but when you look at his numbers, elite quarterback. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be an absolute war. I hope that somebody doesn't get hurt so bad in this game that they can't move on in the playoffs. We're going to be bringing you down to the wire coverage of this game if it's a good game, and I'm sure it will be. Also, another thing you can always expect from a Kansas City game, basically you play solid football, and then boom, Tyreek Hill comes out of nowhere with a big play. 90-yard touchdown, kick return, huge pass play, maybe pitch him the ball, goes for a touchdown. Anyway, you got to watch out for this guy, Tyreek Hill, half man, half cheetah. Next, we've got Packers and Cowboys. It's the game everybody's talking about, the game everybody wants to see. All year long, it's been Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Anyway, it's going to be a war. But I think, Dallas is favored. Everybody thinks they're going to win. But have you guys watched the Packers lately? Off the charts. Aaron Rodgers at his best. Packers playing their best like they do in the playoffs. Super Bowl bound. Dallas Cowboys say no way it's going to happen. Watch out for the Packers. Can't say enough about this game. I'm sure it's going to be down to the wire, and we're going to be bringing you down to the wire coverage of that game as well. And the other two playoff games, if they come down to the wire, we'll be bringing you live coverage of them as well. Okay, on to wrestling. I've got a special event coming up for you guys at 1:40 on Sunday. It is the biggest rivalry in college wrestling. It's number 3 Iowa versus number 1 OK State. Like I said, the biggest event in college wrestling, their duel. I got a little clip here. I want to show you a little teaser for this event, and go ahead and watch this.
Okay, Brock looking for the fall. Behind is Gilman. He's going to finish for the takedown. He takes a 2-point lead. Iowa has a cradle walked up. He's going to take that ball. We knew this would be fireworks.
So yeah, there's that clip of this, and you've got Iowa Hawkeyes, attack style wrestling, crazy off the charts, Spartan mentality. I was watching a documentary on the Hawkeyes and the narrators. Here's what he says. He's all, today we're in the wrestling room at Iowa, and as usual, technique has given way to sheer brutality. Anyway, that's the Hawkeye style of wrestling versus the technique-based, masterful skill wrestling style of OK State. Should be a great event. We're going to be bringing you live coverage of that. And then in local wrestling, I have a lot of coverage up of this past week's Montrose Invitational Wrestling Tournament, especially following our new freshman sensation, Big Ben Roebuck. I've got a couple of his matches on there. Great matches. You must see these. He always brings it down to the wire. I don't know why, but Big Ben either wins or loses in the last few seconds. Pretty much every match. You got to check those matches out. Search Big Ben Roebuck so you can see those matches, or just scroll down on my channel. And in local youth wrestling, Andrew didn't have any tournaments this week, but it was a very big week of practice. 5-day work week this week for Andrew. Also, major important milestone for him is first day of middle school wrestling with Centennial Braves Wrestling. So that was a big day for him. He did real well. Also, 5 days of wrestling for him with the Little Indians. Getting ready for the upcoming Montrose and Paonia tournaments next week. So yeah, it was a tough week of wrestling for him. Did a real good job. Going to be bringing you coverage of the Paonia and the Montrose youth wrestling tournaments next weekend. That'll be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this week in sports. It's kind of a new show for me. I hope you guys like it, and thanks for supporting my channel. Over and out.